name is Jeremy Dopp, and I want to take a little bit of time here, and I appreciate your time to learn a little bit more about the 2-10-20 system. And you've heard from Cowrie a little bit about what the system is. You've heard from Jackie a little bit about how you can do this system. I want to talk to you a little bit more about why this system versus what's going on in the industry today. So first of all, I want to start out with saying the definition of insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. I want to talk to you a little bit about why this system makes sense, how this can help everyone in the industry. First of all, I want to start off with a parable. The parable is about a parable of the pipeline. And we're going to put a video on here that you can watch that parable in a little bit more in detail. But I just want to talk a little bit about the parable of the pipeline and how that pertains to our industry today. So first of all, there's a city, and in the city they're in need of water, and they're trying to figure out how to get water from the river up to the city. And one guy steps forward and says, "I have an idea," and another gentleman steps forward and says, "I have an idea." Well, the first gentleman's idea was to carry buckets down to the river and get a bucket and to carry buckets back and forth down to the river. So everyone thought, well, that's a good idea, so they decided to follow. So he carried buckets, and people went down to the river, back and forth, carrying buckets. And this is an example, I believe, in how the industry and network marketing is working today, is individuals are going down and carrying buckets back and forth as fast as they can, whether you're full-time in the industry, whether you're part-time, whether you're seasoned industry, a full-time networker, everyone's carrying buckets back and forth, and everyone's going at a different pace. Well, the second gentleman decided that he wanted to build a pipeline. Well, he disappeared for a whole year, and everyone wondered what was going on. Well, he only took 2 people with him, and for that whole year he was building a pipeline. Well, a year went by, and the people that were carrying buckets, some people got tired and they quit and didn't want to carry buckets anymore. Some people continued to carry buckets, but it was very tiring. And very, very few people were continuing to carry buckets back and forth to the river. But the guy that built the pipeline a year later had a perfect pipeline from the river all the way up to the city, and it was pumping water perfectly, and that system lasted forever. So what I believe we can do with the 2-10-20 system is we can build a perfect pipeline. Now, if you look at the network marketing industry as a whole, the average person brings in 2 to 3 people, right around there. But yet we put a lot of emphasis on people that can go out and bring in 200 people and people that can bring in 300 people. Well, in our system, in the 2-10-20 system, all you need to focus on is 2 people. And to duplicate that system over and over and over again. And it's all about duplication. So think about it. Can you go out and find 2 people that can bring in 2 people and teach that duplication process over and over and over again? And I think there's going to be a lot of people out there that when they hear this system, they're going to be a lot more confident about accomplishing their goal and getting out there and creating duplication. And I think that's what this is all about. Without getting into a lot of detail, I think the main key here is to think about, can we bring in 2 people? And can everyone that we introduce bring in 2 people? And if you can, then this system's for you. Again, if what you're doing is already working, then go ahead, by all means, continue doing what you're doing. But if you like this system, which I believe will build a solid foundation, so that years and years and years from now, you have a large group of people that have built a solid foundation, and your business is very, very strong in structure. One thing that's going to come up, and I know a question is, well, what if I can bring in more than 2 people? What if I can bring in 5? What if I can bring in 10? Then I would just do what you do traditionally in a buying area, which is place them in your pay leg, which is, if this would be your pay leg, just place on the outside leg of your pay leg, which will benefit everyone in the system. But the important part is teach duplication. Can you get 2 people that can get 2 people? And if you can do that, then I believe your system will go on and on and on. So look into the future and decide, how do you want to build your business? Decide how you want to structure it. But I believe this we'll build on a solid foundation, that will build a pipeline that can last forever versus carrying buckets back and forth to the river and getting tired and losing people and really not building a solid foundation. So I really appreciate your time. I look forward to working with each one of you, whether you're already in the business or whether you're looking at the business and working with our teams. So appreciate your time and have a great day. Thanks.